My name is Tom Kirk.
My name is Paul Shelton.
Diane Nolan.
Dr. Tom Hill.
My name is Peter Dewick. Succession planning strategy for in the book really gave us a roadmap of where we intended to go. But then Elizabeth came along and kind of rode shotgun. She became the navigator in the passenger seat for us. So we had the roadmap, and then she helped us be the navigator, sort of turn by turn, how we were going to get to the destination that we had chosen.
I've been an entrepreneur since I was 26 years old. I sold my last business when I was 59. So whatever that is, 33 years or so of running my own small businesses. And during that period of time, I've been through at least, I think I counted them up, 6 business transitions.
The first transition for me was the unsuccessful partnership and establishing an alternative plan and the new company. Until we started that work, I did not believe that I only saw the succession going one way. It wasn't until we did that work that I saw there's more than one possibility for transition.
I think just by default, family businesses are tough. They have some of these inherent challenges that really require somebody that has done it before to help you walk through it. If you don't have some help or some encouragement or some coaching to just push you a little bit past an obstacle, you can get stranded.
What the strategies that are contained in the book, It's a Journey, really helped me with was putting the horse in front of the cart. As a technician, a CPA and a wealth coach, it's easy for me to fall into the tactics and strategies of succession planning. Before I answered the first questions that the book really addresses of why I wanted to transition the business, what I was trying to accomplish, for whom, and when. And by going through that process, it made the strategies and tactics that we end up using just as a natural course of events bubble to the top.
One of the chapters in there I liked was, let's talk turkey. I was raised on a turkey farm, had 100,000 turkeys, so I think that's exactly what Elizabeth and Laura are doing. They're talking turkey. And there's so much practical stuff that people can use. And the thing that people will learn when they do follow the book, get their business sold or pass it on to another generation, it'll change their life.
The process allowed me to consider my goals from a much broader perspective. So the fears and concerns of the transition turned into better understanding what's the big picture view, what are my values, and incorporating all of that into a decision in a transition instead of just looking at the economics or the confrontation that was in front of me at the time. It was a broader perspective, and it was based on far more than the economics.
Our top priority was always about relationships. I know that in business, of course, you need a strong financial foundation. You want the business to do well, but it always came down to relationships. It always came down to being able to hear each other, to be able to have the conversations that under normal circumstances might be difficult or awkward conversations. To hear each other and not speak past each other kept our relationships intact. And in fact, our respect and appreciation for each person's individuality and their skill sets grew in the process.
It only takes 1 or 2 significant things to really bind you up and keep you from moving where you need to be. And it doesn't really matter how how smart one is or how experienced you are. I mean, we all have points of vulnerability that can trip us up, and that was the most helpful, is when my gut wasn't right or my experience wasn't sufficient or my perspective wasn't broad enough. The process, moving forward, the process helped moving us forward, and that has gotten us to where we are today.
A good friend of mine says the problem isn't the problem. The problem is you don't know how to think about the problem. And that's really what It's a Journey helped me to do, was to think differently about the opportunity and to come up with a successful transition.
And the timing couldn't be better for Elizabeth and Laura to take advantage of this opportunity. So the thing I like about it the most, or more than anything, it's so practical. It's hands-on. It's very exciting tools to use. I sold my business in '94 and thought I'd retired, and life took off. Do the exercise, follow the routine, and it'll change your life forever.
If our family had never met Elizabeth or someone like her to coach us along, and we would have never had someone like that to lean on in our decision making and our transition, simply put, the transition wouldn't have happened. We would have sold out. That would have been by far the easiest decision to make. But we deliberately chose this path because this was where our values were, and this is what we were hoping to achieve.
I can say that this is the best business transition and transaction I've been through in 30 plus years of my entrepreneurial life, and very thankful to have been exposed to a different way of thinking.
That work that we did meant a whole different path for me and a different outcome for my now partners and ultimately for my family.